Hi. I'm just going to do this now. So I've got a bit of a cold. I apologize for that. Yeah, my dad's been dying for a while. He has chronic congestive heart failure, and he's had it for about 21 years. And so there have been a lot of near misses with Dad, and he isn't always the best communicator, so he sort of outsources his communication to whoever he's with at the time. He's been married 3 times, and so often, the information, he doesn't want to share anything unless there's news, but the news is often kind of like, oh, he's dying. So this has happened enough times that I probably seem like cold, but I'm like, really? Again? He's dying again? But the reality is that he's so tenacious, and he's pulled back from, he's been dead on the table and stuff before. He's a really intelligent guy. He's really very driven, very process-oriented. He's the kind of guy you could, put a problem with in front of him, and it wouldn't matter how complicated it was. If you gave him enough time, he would rebuild your diesel generator. He's done stuff like this before with no specific knowledge about this, or put together a lock, or rewire something. He's always been really good at that. He was a very knowledgeable guy, very eccentric guy. Just did things his own way, and just did things that were entirely random. I remember when he was still sort of pretty functional, he'd taken me for a walk in San Jose, where he grew up, and it was near this old tin mine, and we'd been walking for a while, and we were lost. I'm not ashamed to admit it. But there were signs there that said, "Beware mountain lions." And Dad's physical fitness, he just never really let it stand in the way of anything. But I was walking ahead. We were kind of following the sun to try and get back, so we didn't get lost in the wilderness. And the signs are saying, "Beware mountain lions." And I hear this kind of crash, and I turn around, and he's gone from the trail behind me. And I thought, oh shit, he's been taken by a mountain lion. And then I saw his hands like Indiana Jones, just on the side of the cliff, just pulling himself up, This is one of many stories, and he's like, "I'm okay," and he pulled through that again. Anyway, this time I don't think he's going to pull through. He's in hospital in Charleston, and so his mitral valve is it's reduced down to about 10%. And that sort of lumen is not enough to provide your body with enough blood, enough oxygenated blood, and plus because his heart's not working, and there's all this fluid overload, and that loads up all his other systems. I don't want to get too technical about this, but basically, I think he had a cardiac arrest. I just woke up this morning. He'd had a cardiac arrest, and he was apparently easy to resuscitate. I'm surprised they resuscitated him. But they put him in ICU, and, he's intubated and he's in a coma. And so I think this is it for him. And I sort of knew this the other day, and I said to him, look, I just really cherish all the moments that we've had together in my life. And then when I think back about these things, even the ridiculous things, I think back on them with fondness and amusement and affection. And he said to me something really nice. He said, I still remember the day you were born, and we took you back from hospital, and we had you out of the front of Princess Street where we grew up, and there was no fence then. There's a photo of it actually, and he said, and I was just holding you there, and you were swaddled, and the sun was on your face, and I was explaining to you what the sun was like and why it felt like that on your face, and whatever. And so we said goodbye. I said goodbye then, and I don't think he's coming out of this. So, it's sad, but it's an expected death. And the thing that I wanted to say about it is that, you know, I've had my issues with addiction in the past, and this was always like potentially a trigger for me that I thought, oh, what am I going to do when my dad dies? But the reality is that I have, you know, never wanted to be present more than I do now for this. So, you know, if you're just scrolling today or you're just doing something random, just remember how important it is to be present with the people that you love, and, you know, to make memories and to have those, because you know, grief is the price we pay for love, and it's a price worth paying. Okay. Have a great New Year, and remember, every day is a good day.